Are you thinking about selling a home that may need a little work, TLC, or updating, and you just want to sell it as is? It's a great question and one that you must take a serious look at to know all of your options. Hi, this is Richard Freedkin, Realtor with eXp Realty, and in this video, I'm going to share with you the pros and cons of selling as is and how it can affect your real estate sale and ultimately the price you end up selling your home for. When it comes to selling your home, it's important to understand the differences between selling as is and making repairs and updates beforehand. While it may seem like selling as is the easiest and quickest option, which it can be, it can actually end up costing you so much more in the long run. In the last couple of years, when interest rates were extremely low and there was a very limited supply of homes available on the market, it was a lot easier to sell a home without doing any repairs, as most buyers would do just about anything to get into a home. They'd been outbid so many times that many just decided to waive their inspections and were willing to way overpay for a home, even if it had deficiencies and or when the seller was selling as is. Now, those days are long gone, as we're now in a more traditional market and general perceptions are back. Selling a home as is sends a message to buyers that you're not willing to invest in the property, which can lower the perceived value of the home. It also limits the pool of potential buyers to those that are looking for fixer-uppers, ones that just want to steal a home, for the remaining few that are willing to accept the home's deficiencies, but at a much lower price. It also gives the perception that there are more problems with the home than there actually may be. And trust me, perception is everything. Let me give you a quick idea of what I'm talking about when I say perception. Whenever I'm out showing homes to prospective buyers, and we walk into a home that obviously needs some TLC and some work, and the seller's selling as is, the very first question that comes out of my buyer's mouth is this a foreclosure? I wish I had a nickel for every time I heard that one. But you know what? 99% of the time, it's not a foreclosure. But you can see what the perception was that my buyers had. Most of the time, the buyers look at me and they just want to walk out without seeing the rest of the home. In their mind, the cost to repair is always going to be greater than it actually could be. The other issue is the time, dust, dealing with contractors, and the aggravation that they will have to deal with right after moving in. Most buyers will just take a pass. Keep in mind, due to all the TV shows like Fixer Upper, Love It or List It, or Property Brothers, home buyers are kind of brainwashed to think that when they walk into a home, it should look like one of those beautifully updated homes that they just saw on TV. I call this HGTV syndrome. As mentioned before, the problem you have to deal with when selling as is that buyers generally are not educated on home repairs, so they have no idea of the cost involved in fixing or repairing anything. Items that actually may only cost you $1,000 to fix can cost, in a buyer's mind, sometimes up to 10 times more than it really will be, simply because they have no clue. This incorrect perception is going to result in you receiving much lower price offers for your home, a lot less of them, and much longer marketing times. So a simple question to ask yourself is, would you be willing to invest $1,000 to save $10,000? Or perhaps a better way to put it would be, would you prefer to receive $10,000 less for your home at closing versus investing $1,000 up front? And if the items that need to be repaired are health and safety items, you may not be able to sell your home at all until those items are fixed. This is also why I also recommend getting a pre-inspection on your home prior to putting it up for sale so that you can find out all the things that you may not even know about, especially health and safety issues. I cover getting a pre-inspection in another video that you will definitely want to take a look at. Making repairs and updates before selling will increase the perceived value of your home and attract a wider range of buyers, especially if there are updated homes down the street from you that are up for sale. Updating your home upfront also allows you to set a higher competitive asking price, which can ultimately net you much more money in the long run. As a realtor, my job is to help you sell your home for the highest price possible. That's why I always recommend making repairs and updates before putting your home on the market. Trust me, it's worth the investment in the end. Part of my service is to also consult with you as to the repairs needed that won't break your bank account and that will result in you getting the most amount of return on your investment. Since I've also rehabbed apartment buildings and other types of properties during my 40-year career, I'm well versed in many areas of construction. This means that I have vetted contractors that I routinely work with and can arrange for repairs to be done so you don't have to interrupt your busy schedule getting quotes and meeting with contractors. What's even better is that my consultation and work in that regard doesn't cost you a penny. So if you're thinking about selling your home, Don't let the easy road lead you to a far less profitable outcome. Once again, this is Richard Freedkin with eXp Realty. Contact me today and let's work together to get your home in the best possible condition before listing it on the market. As always, I hope you make it a great home selling day.